Now the rest of the Fantastic Four team, the Human Torch and the Thing have finally arrived in Marvel Rivals. And after teaching you how to play both of them, now it's time for me to tell you how to play perfectly against them. So what I have for you today is the ultimate counter guide to both the Human Torch and the Thing in Marvel Rivals. And do me a favor, we're pushing for 100,000 subscribers, so you might as well join in. We just managed to smash 10,000 subs, so might as well aim high. But anyways, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now here's the thing. The Thing's passive ability to be completely immovable makes him an absolute nightmare and an absolute unit to deal with. He's a rock-solid anchor, literally shrugging off knockbacks and resisting displacement. Even relentless brawlers like Wolverine struggle to get the upper hand, so how do you stop this walking boulder before he rushes you down and bolts away? Now, one of the best ways of countering him is freezing him in his tracks. If you can't move the Thing, the next best option is to stop him from moving himself. Characters like Penny Parker, Luna Snow, Mantis, and even Bruce Banner. Now, freezing or stunning him for even a short amount of time can buy your team enough time to focus fire and wipe him out, or at least eliminate the teammates he's protecting. So here's everything that can stop him or keep him in place for a small amount of time. First, you have Luna Snow's freeze, who can stop him and lock him in place. Following that, you have Mantis's sleep, Penny's cyber web snare, Hulk's exile, and even Squirrel Girl's acorn stun. Now you have to remember, when it comes to the Thing's passive ability, he's immune to everything that's going to be displacing him. Nothing like a stun or anything like that. Now if you do hit him with a stun ability or some type of other displacement ability, say for instance Winter Soldier's bionic hook, it doesn't hook him in, but it will stun him for like a split second, so you could focus fire him down in that time. Now another very solid counter is none other than what I like to call the ultimate roadblock. So if you want to punish the Thing's aggressive rushes, mines are your best friends. Drop them around high traffic areas like objective points, knowing he's bound to charge through. The Thing expects to take some damage as he barrels in, but if you stack mine damage on top of it, he won't survive the impact. And here's a little bit more of a bonus: if he tries to retreat, lay mines behind him to cut off his escape route, and if you're lucky, you might even score a surprise pick on his healer. Now the Thing, because he is a rock, he's so tanky, but even he can't withstand relentless DPS pressure. Characters like the Punisher and Winter Soldier can unload a never-ending storm of bullets, forcing the Thing into a difficult choice: retreat or end up dying. Now his lack of ranged attacks means he has to close the gap, making him easy prey for high burst damage. So for a bonus strategy, if you pair them with Rocket Raccoon's team up ability, they gain unlimited ammo and rapid fire, making it even easier to melt his health bar before he even reaches you. I mean, that should be rather self-explanatory, but you would be surprised about the amount of people that still don't know about this. Now another major way to counter the Thing is to eliminate his healer. I mean, easier said than done. The Thing's aggressive playstyle relies on constant healing. If you take out his supports, he won't last long on his own, so dive his healers, force him to waste time protecting them, or better yet, eliminate them so he has no way to sustain himself. And here's just like a extra tip or fun fact: clearing out the other nearby enemies leaves the Thing with nobody to grapple onto, making him easier to isolate and eliminate. Now flying characters can counter the Thing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have a boxing melee heavy character trying to punch a character like Storm, Iron Man, or even the Human Torch. However, you do have to be a little bit careful. His charge attack animation is bugged, letting him hit airborne targets higher than he should be able to. So keep your distance and he'll be completely helpless against you. Get too close and you might take a hit from an attack that you shouldn't even connect. Now Groot has to be hands down one of the best character counters that the Thing has. His walls are a direct counter to the Thing's movement heavy playstyle. Trap him away from his healers by blocking his retreat. Box him in for easy focus fire, force him into a wall for bonus damage, and keep your team safe from his advances. You can also use Groot's walls to straight up block the Thing's ultimate. The Thing is a powerhouse, but smart counterplay makes all the difference. Use specific crowd control abilities, again like Luna Snow's freeze, Mantis's sleep, and even Penny's snare. You also want to use high DPS characters like the Punisher or even Winter Soldier, and if you lack that, try to go for the healer disruption approach, trying to continuously dive the enemy healers so the Thing can't really do too much. And if all else fails, go ahead and pick Groot. He's a super solid counter that can really ruin the Thing's day. And if you made it this far into the video, do me a favor, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We're going for 100,000 subscribers. But anyways, onto the Human Torch. So the Human Torch joined the roster as the third flying character. He has insane synergy alongside Storm, so you can bet these two will be terrorizing the battlefield together. Their mobility and aerial dominance make them a force to be reckoned with. But don't worry, like all high flyers, Human Torch comes with his fair share of counter picks that can clip his wings and bring bring him crashing down. Now, first and foremost, because he is a flying character, you're going to have snipers in a hit scan or precision-based characters. If you want to make the Human Torch regret leaving solid ground, your best bet is a sniper, say for instance Black Widow, or even Hawkeye is a prime choice with his ability to outrange and punish the Human Torch's, slower aerial movement, of course, if he has his plasma body on cooldown. Now, even Black Widow, despite being less specialized, can keep him in check with her precise shot. Now, for a more aggressive, approach or takedown, characters like the Punisher, Hela, and even Winter Soldier are lethal choices. Their rapid-fire capabilities melt through the Human Torch's low health pool, forcing him to retreat before he even gets too comfortable. Now, Winter Soldier does also have a anti-air knockdown ability, which is super devastating to a character like the Human Torch, as once the Human Torch is grounded, he's a super easy target. Now, one hero that I actually find rather successful at countering the Human Torch is none other than Namor. And at first glance, I mean, it makes sense. Water does put out fire if you think about it. But Namor's octopus turrets are the perfect answer, as they deny a whole bunch of room that, the Human Torch can actually operate in. The moment the Human Torch gets too close, these turrets lock onto him and track his movements, keeping him under constant fire. If he's not receiving non-stop healing, he's going to burn out fast. Even better, the turrets alert you when Human Torch tries to sneak in from out of view, giving you precious reaction time before he can even set your team ablaze. Now, with some more testing, the Human Torch doesn't really do that much damage to the turrets. That is if the turrets are placed on walls. Now, of course, he can shotgun down the turrets from afar. Because his primary attack operates like a shotgun, it's going to be doing pretty little damage at range. And if you use your alternative attack, you have to hit a direct impact on the turret to actually deal damage to it, because it won't do, the residual fire damage. So when fights are, going crazy, it can be pretty hard for the Human Torch to focus down your turret, allowing for Namor to get a ton of value. Now, if you're a high skill player, Spider-Man is one of the most brutal counters to the Human Torch. And you might be thinking, well, why? Because Spider-Man excels at isolating enemies, and flying characters naturally stand out from the crowd. With your own aerial movement and web-based attacks, you can chase him down and control his movements, forcing him into bad positions where your team can clean up. Of course, in the right hands, Spider-Man makes picking Human Torch feel like a terrible decision. Now, if you prefer raw combat skill, Iron Fist is another strong anti-Human Torch option. However, unlike Spider-Man, you'll need to get in much closer before you can bring the fight to the sky. But once you're in range, you can stay airborne and punish the Human Torch with relentless strikes. And let me tell you, whatever they did to Iron Fist in Season 1.5, playing any type of flying character into a decent Iron Fist is honestly like your worst nightmare. Another thing to consider when you're playing against a Human Torch is that he's very line of sight heavy. And you might be thinking, well, he can place stuff on the ground and set everything on fire. Well, yes, that is true. But he also has to hit you with, his primary attack as well. And he also has to use his Flaming Comet ability, which is the dive ability, to do a ton of extra damage. So if you break that line of sight, he's going to do a significant less amount of damage to you. Now, yes, Human Torch may seem like a powerful aerial threat, but that doesn't mean he's invincible. With the right counterplays, snipers to pick him off, Namor to track him, or mobile duelists like Spider-Man and Iron Fist, you can shut him down before he even gets going. Now, hopefully this video has helped you in any way, shape, or form, or maybe you just enjoyed the show. And if you did, do me a favor of hitting that like and subscribe button. It greatly helps me out. But regardless, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one.